Good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. Running a car is a significant part of every family budget, and the high cost of petrol really hits hard.
So how would you like to never pay for fuel again?
Happy
well,
days.
some motorists are taking matters into their own hands to do just that.
This car looks like any other, but lift the bonnet and it's no regular car, it's electric. Perth IT manager Guy Bridge bought the BMW on the cheap. Over 6 months he converted the engine, doing most of the work himself.
Made the battery boxes up, did all the wiring, put the computer in.
It cost Guy $25,000. He reckons it was money well spent. And while most of us are worried about high petrol prices, Guy just plugs in.
In terms of electricity bill, it's brought it up maybe about $40 a month.
But he's saved hundreds in petrol. Guy decided on a DIY approach because new electric cars are costly. The prices are falling though as car makers increase production, and that will boost sales. By 2030, it's expected half of all new car sales will be electric. By 2050, electric vehicles are set to account for 90% of all vehicles on Australian roads. That anticipated growth will also see infrastructure investment, with more charging stations around the country. But Guy says until electric vehicle prices do fall, he's got the right idea.
Tell people about it every day, convert your car. There's a lot of resources online, and hundreds of people have converted their car before, so it's possible.
Makes it sound so easy. Mark Roberts from the Electric Vehicle Association joins us now in Sydney. Good morning to you. Why do you think we should all be going electric, Mark?
Good morning, Basil. There's quite a few reasons why we should be going electric. First of all, there's environmental reasons, which is pretty obvious. Electric cars produce about a fifth of the carbon that petrol cars do. That's if they're using coal for the source of power. If they're using fair dinkum renewable energy, they'll produce no carbon at all. So that's one reason. There's also the economic reason. Currently, we send tens of billions of dollars per year overseas buying fuel. If that tens of billions of dollars stayed in the country, imagine what that would do for our local economy. That's the second reason. There's also the reason of our power infrastructure, which has problems at the moment with peaks and troughs in supply and demand. Electric cars, because they charge when power is cheap and freely available, they tend to fix that. So that's
it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't have explained it any better.
So just
there's one other reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you could have.
Which is energy security. At the moment, we're very vulnerable to natural disasters, wars, that sort of thing. If anything interrupts our energy pipeline, our fuel pipeline, we're in deep trouble.
All right, one other thing, Mark, just before we let you go. Is it becoming easier to drive electric in terms of charging station infrastructure? Because that is an impediment to some people, feeling as if they're not going to be able to charge up when they're on long trips.
It's definitely becoming a lot easier. Pretty much every state almost has a fast charging network now, which has been put in by either motoring organisations or the state and local governments. The New South Wales is one of the exceptions, and NRMA is currently putting in a charging network in New South Wales. There's also the Fast Cities network, which will be a very high power network, which will cover the whole of the country. And AVA, which is my organisation, together with the Tesla Owners Group, has put in a three-phase network which circles the country and goes up from Adelaide to Darwin.
All right,
so there's a
Good
lot
stuff.
more charging infrastructure.
All right, $1 a day is what they're saying. Thank you, Mark. $1 a day.
Such a saving.
You can feel the electricity, can't you?